Okay, so today we are going to cover audit of banks. Like after the peer review video, most of you commented for the bank audit video. Similarly, for bank audit, what do, we'll highlight the things which are to be covered. As you can see in ICAI mat, there is 63 pages. If you can see here, there is 63 pages. So yeah, it will be time taking, so we'll highlight all the important things which is to be covered, and memory tricks also we'll cover, so that you all can easily learn since exams are coming very near. So first we'll cover the topic special audit considerations that arise in the audit of banks because of. So why does the special audit consideration arise in audit of banks? Because see, due to the nature of risk associated with the transactions, whatever the transactions are there in bank, the risk that is associated due to its nature. So what is the keyword for this? This is nature. Now again in the next, the scale of banking operations. So the keyword will be scale of banking operations. In the next, there is due to extensive dependence on IT. So there is dependence. Okay, then in the next point, there is effect of statutory and regulatory requirements. So there is regulatory requirements. Now the next point is about due to the continuing development of new products and services. So the next point keyword will be new product and services. Okay, so now it is so easy to learn what are the 5 reasons due to which special audit considerations arise. What are the 5 keywords if we revise? First is due to the nature of transactions, second is due to the scale of operations, third is due to the excessive dependence on IT, fourth is the due to regulatory requirements, fifth and the last one is due to the development of new products and services. Yeah, so this question is covered. Now we'll go to the next topic, that is legal framework. In legal framework, we'll see the whatever the acts cover the banking regulations. So it is very easy, we already know the regulations act name. So Banking Regulation Act, SBI Act, only the bank names are written in many. Reserve Bank of India, that is RBI Act. Companies Act 2013, you know very well. Cooperative Societies Act, Surfaisi Act, there is an Eco Law also. Then PAMLA Act, that is a Eco Law chapter. IT Act, RRB Act. So all are act names. So this was very easy. Now the third topic is audit of accounts and appointment of auditor. So in this, we will see that the appointment letter sent by banks in connection with appointment of SCA. What is SCA? SCA is Statutory Central Auditors. What is SCA? Statutory Central Auditors. So we will see that the appointment letter sent by banks in connection with the appointment of SCAs. In this, what we'll cover? There is period of appointment, then there is other central auditors, then the particulars of previous auditors, and the last one is statement of division of work and review and reporting responsibility among joint auditors. Among whom? Joint auditors. And then the last one is scope of assignment. So what we saw, there are period of appointment, other auditors, joint auditors case, previous auditors, and the last one is scope of assignment. So now this is also easy to recall. If we revise, what is there? Period, other auditors, previous auditors, joint auditors, and scope of assignment. Now we'll go to the next topic, that is conducting an audit. Now audit of banks or of their branches. Bank have branches also, so audit of bank or of their branches involves the following stages. So this is important, you should know at least what are the stages there. So the first stages, there will be step by step stages. The first step is initial considerations. Then after the initial considerations are then done, we will move on to the understanding part. Understanding whom? Understanding the bank entity and its environment. Then after understanding, what we do in essay 315 we have read understanding, then identifying the risk, so risk assessment, and then finally the execution stage comes, and after execution is done, the auditor gives the reporting. So inside initial considerations, what will be there? The initial steps that are taken for conducting an audit, that is acceptance and continuance. Declaration goes, then terms of audit engagements are decided, then we communicate with the previous auditor. This we have studied in professional ethics also, that we have to communicate with the previous auditor. Then planning is done in the initial stage. ET is established, that is engagement team. So this was the initial consideration. The basic general points are there. Now in the understanding part, what we'll see, we will have to understand the entity, that is understanding the, here it's going on, what is going on, bank audit. So we'll understand the bank and its environment, including internal control. Internal control, you all know that also we have to understand, that how is the internal control, how much the effectiveness is there. Then we have to understand the bank's accounting process and risk management process. This we'll see in detail also. Then there is risk assessment. In risk assessment, obviously we have to identify and assess the ROMUM, that is, what is ROMUM? Risk of material misstatement. So we will identify and assess the risk of material misstatement. Then we will assess the risk of fraud, including, that is, money laundering. Now in execution stage, what we do, finally the discussions take place, overall audit strategy has to be established, then the audit materiality is to be determined using the benchmarks, and then finally we have to also consider the impact of going concern. Now the last stage is the reporting stage. In this, long form audit report will go, then individual, that is independent auditors report will go, and then on other matters also if required. So long form audit report will go, independent auditors report will go, and on any other matters will go, that is report on other matters to bank, regulator or government. So what were the 5 stages in conducting an audit? Initial considerations, then we have to understand the entity, then we have to identify the risk, that is risk assessment, the third stage. Then comes the fourth stage, that is execution, and then the final stage, that is reporting. Now we'll come to, we saw here that the understanding the risk management process. See this one, understanding the risk management process. This is also in detail. We have to understand these. An effective risk management system in a bank generally requires the following. These 5 you have to learn by heart. So you can use a memory trick for this, that is micro. How we can remember with it? Micro. See, from M you can remember monitoring activities. Then from I you can remember identification, measurement and monitoring of risk. From C you can remember control activities. From R you can remember reliable information systems. From O you can remember oversight by those charged with governance, that is oversight by TCWG. So you can easily recall the steps of this. Requires understanding the risk management process, that is micro. If we revise, we can remember M stands for monitoring activities, C stands for controlling activities, I stands for identification, measurement and monitoring of risk, R stands for RIS, that is reliable information system, O stands for oversight by TCWG. Okay, so this question is done. Now if we come down to special considerations in IT environment, again this is important. This also you have to learn the points. There are so many points. So how you can learn this? Again using the memory card, that is memory technique, that is SIM card. So now from S, what is there? From S you can remember data security. From I you can remember data interface and integrity. So, and from M there is MIS reports. So now this was so easy to recall. From S it is data security. From I it is data integrity and data interface. From M there is MIS. Okay, so SIM is done. Now we will see card. So from C you can remember controls over key aspects. C is done. Now from A you can remember accounting entries, accounting manual and critical accounting areas. So A is also covered. Now from R you can see recording, controls on recording. D, you can remember disclosure, that is process of generating various information related to various disclosures. So we can easily recall. From C there is controls over key aspects. From A there is accounting and manual entries. From R there is recording. From D there is disclosure. So if we recall once more, there is how many points? There is 7 points. SIM card. What is from S? Data security. From I, data integrity and data interface. From M, MIS report. From C, there is controls over key aspects. From A, there is accounting entries. From R, there is controls on recording. From D, there is disclosure. Very easy. What was the question? Special considerations in case of IT environment. Now the next is, it is responsibility of statutory central auditors to obtain the understanding. So the key security control aspects that an auditor needs to address when undertaking an audit in a computerized bank include. So in this again there are so many points we can recall using a memory trick, that is DU, SCMP. So SCMP is our paper 5, you all know. So you can remember easily that where we studied SCMP, we studied in DU, that is Delhi University. So from D you can remember data, that is complete data is made available for processing. From U you can remember unauthorized amendments. From S you can remember, if you can see, there is 2 points. One is the segregation of duties and one is the subsidiary book. So here in the last point you can see subsidiary book, we have to verify that balance in general ledger tallies with the balance in subsidiary book. So this way we can monitor the control. And then there is segregation of duties, we have to verify that the segregation of duties is ensured. So there are 2 points from S. Now from C that there is that the changes, verify that the changes if any made are authenticated. So from C also 1 point is there. Now from M you have to remember that manually, verify that the changes calculated manually is not regulated through parameters are properly accounted. See, whenever we are doing manually, then we have to see that everything is properly accounted, because in manual chances of error are also there. So again if we revise, then from D there was complete data. Now U, there is unauthorized amendments, we have to prevent that. From S there is 2 points, that is segregation of duties and subsidiary book. From C there is that whatever changes are made should be authenticated. From M there is manual, that is manually whenever it is done we have to see that it is properly accounted for. Now 2 letters are left, that is P and E. From P you have to remember that whenever there are power failures, then there should be, there will be an interruption, then everything has to be started smoothly again. Now from E we have to remember exceptional transaction reports, that we have to verify that the ETR, that is exceptional transaction reports, are being authorized and verified on daily basis. On what basis? On daily basis. So if we recall once again, DU, SCMP. So from D there was data, from U there was unauthorized, from S there is segregation of duties and subsidiary book, from C it is changes, from M it is manual. Now from P there is power failure, and from E, ETR, that is exceptional transaction reports. So we already covered till page number 11. Now please recall using all these points and let me know in the comment section if this is effective for you, and I'll upload the next video for the next part on the remaining pages. And if you like the video, do not forget to share it with your friends who are giving the CA final exams, and also subscribe my channel. Thank you.